Hey, and I am bringing you guys a brand new series brought to you guys by Janet Fritz and Sandy Reversky and myself called Stitches and Stencils. I'm also combining this with May I Scraplift You, and today I am scraplifting the amazing Jenna Leach. Oh my stars. When I saw this layout, I absolutely had to have one of my own. So I pulled out the Sunbeam film strips from 49 and Market. I have, I believe, 4 photos, maybe 5. I've got a couple. I have 4 photos and I plan on cutting them down even smaller to where I do end up with 6 photos. I also have 2 of these Tim Holtz Sunburst stencils. I'm not exactly sure what the real name of them is. I ended up with one that I purchased, and the other one was gifted to me by somebody that was just not scrapbooking anymore. I also have a whole bunch of leftovers from previous layouts that I've done throughout the month. From the Happiness collection, the Sun-Kissed collection by Cocoa Vanilla, I have these glitter thicker alphas, letters, words. And then from Bohemian Dreams, I have the die cuts left over, as well as the chipboard pieces. And I was thinking about using the word happy, but it ends up being changed out. I don't end up doing that. I also have from Bohemian Dreams these cut aparts that I did not end up using from a couple days ago's layout. It ended up going into the cool side rather than the warm side, but this layout is going to go into the warm side, and it's because most of my photos are the warm side. So I also have Distress ink in Squeezed Lemonade, and I'm going to bring in the Tuscan Sun Shimmers spray for a little bit of shimmered splatter on my layout. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my burst right in the center of my layout. I do enjoy having 2 of these stencils, so then that way I feel like I have a complete stencil when I put the 2 together. One is obviously they're both upside down, but one is obviously reversed. You can tell that by the Tim Holtz logo on the top of the tag stencil. So anyways, I just enjoy having 2 of them so I can mirror the image instead of moving it and flipping it and doing all that other stuff. So now that my mixed media is dried, it was that quick and simple and easy, I am going to go ahead and lay out my 6 photos. Like I said, I ended up trimming down a couple photos so that way I did have, I can't count, 6 smaller photos. The one with the back of the forklift is just a little squirrel, a chipmunk that my kids saw. And of course, kids, take a picture, Mom. It doesn't matter what age they are. It does not. In here, this is 2021, so my oldest son is 13, and he still does that. Take a picture, Mom. It doesn't matter. They see clouds that are really cool they want me to take a picture of. They see just anything. And, as long as they are into it, I'm going to be into it. All right, so I'm going to go through my little die cut pack. Well, I already did. You didn't have to watch me. And I pulled out all things warm. I definitely wanted to be able to, show that we were in the sunshine. Now, I have to say some of this stuff was very tropical, and we're not in a tropical place. Well, we are in California, but we're high up in the mountains. So there's really not this much colorful stuff going on, but I did want to portray that we were outside, and I mean all day, every day. We ended up, well, not sunburned, but we ended up with some really good tans, by the way. It was fun stuff. So, but the colors on the photos, the orange in my son's shirt, the orange plaid that my son loves to wear 24/7. He would sleep in it if we let him. It's actually it's an orange plaid. It comes off as a red plaid, but it is an orange plaid. And then my daughter's skirt, or no, that's her purse. I apologize. So yeah, all of those are the warm colors. There's not a whole lot of cool colors. We're not wearing whites and blues and things like that. The forklift is yellow, so I brought in the yellow. So it actually worked on this layout. Now, I did not end up bringing in any of the paper because there is no pattern paper. It is all embellishments, you guys. I matted my photos on some white cardstock that I had off to the side from all of my 8.5 by 11 layouts that I have been doing. And honestly, this is all about the embellishments. That is it, which I was super happy for because of the fact that I end up using a lot of paper throughout the months of scrapbooking, and I have a ton of embellishments left over. So I need to remember this type of layout at the end of like a collection. I need to remember to do layouts like this because it does help use up all those little straggling leftovers that I end up having. So yes, this was definitely a really awesome layout. So let's talk about the brand new series that we concocted during our 5-day retreat. So this is what happens when I go to bed early and I leave Sandy and Janet up alone late at night to conspire against me. No, I'm just kidding. Janet has been using the sewing machine almost on every single layout that she has created during the retreat. And she was just very impressed. And she also realized that she used a lot of Sandy's stencils. Well, of course, when you have a stencil maker handy and she brings every stencil she's ever made, you definitely want to, take advantage of that. I have to admit that I love flipping through Sandy's stencils as well. And so, yeah, we did end up coming up with, well, not we, I had no part in it. I just said, yeah, I'll make a thumbnail. Because it was super fun. But we came up with Stitches and Stencils because a lot of people don't stitch on their layout. And we're not talking about, the hand stitching and all the beautiful, oh my stars, the whole background has been stitched, that sort of thing. But adding some sort of thread to the layout as well as a stencil, whether you stencil and then stitch through the stencil, or like what I did here, I just added a simple stitched border because I felt like my layout needed to be contained. And that's it. You guys, it does not have to be very complex when it comes to stitches and stencils. So I am looking forward to seeing how Sandy and Janet incorporate stitches and stencils into their layouts. But we are doing it every fourth Saturday of the month will be when we bring out some more stitches and stencils, just to let you guys know that. Keep looking forward to it. Jenna, thank you so much for allowing me to lift you today. I had a blast just using up all of my leftover embellishments. That was so much fun. All right, you guys, again, there's a playlist down below for May I Scraplift You and everyone that is playing along with May I Scraplift You. And again, the two gals that are joining me for Stitches and Stencils is I apologize, Janet Fritz, who is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube, as well as Sandy Reversky, who is Steak Goddess here on YouTube. And hopefully we'll get a few more joining in on us. But, today's day one, so we will never know what we get until we get something going, right? All right. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will check y'all later. Bye.